consultation. Central Washington Water, your water care professionals.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here. I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
It's the NCW Life Community Calendar, brought to you by Merry Maids. Pick up your fresh, locally grown produce at the Wenatchee Valley Farmers Market every Saturday from 8 to 1. Apricots, cherries, asparagus, green beans, broccoli, raspberries, strawberries, kale, peas, beets, and starter plants. Plus original arts and crafts, soaps, candles, plants, and goodies to snack on. Meet and support local farmers, growers.
There it is, the award-winning theme to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, which means I have to go back to work. Happy Tuesday, 27th day of June, 2023. I am Dan Kuntz. It is 66 degrees here. In the big city, thunderstorms didn't quite develop yesterday. Sure looked threatening for a while yesterday afternoon. We're going to go through one more day of this stuff. I don't think we're going to get any. We only got about a 16% chance of an afternoon thunderstorm, but can't rule it out. And then high pressure is going to start building in on Wednesday. By Thursday, we start talking hot, and then we get real hot. Not real hot. You have to take things in perspective. Remember 2 years ago at this time in June of 2021, the high temperature on June 27th was 102, and the high temperature on June 29th was 114. We're not going to get that hot, but it's going to get warm. Forecast details are coming up. Well, there's a lot of news to get to. It was a busy day in the newsroom. It is apt to be that way. In sports, Mariners, nice victory against the Nationals. When we show you the highlights, be sure to check out the final pitch of the game, the called third strike. Also, we'll preview the Apple Sox taking on the Port Angeles Lefties. We'll have that game for you tonight on the NCW Life channel, 6:30. We'll take to the air 6:35 first pitch with Eric and Schmitty on the call. It'll be good to see Brandon again as the Apple Sox get back to work with league play. Into the back half of the program, speaking of sports, I had a chance to talk to Lindsay Davison and Roger Taggart. Lindsay and Roger run the Mission Ridge ski team, and they're bringing back for the second year in a row their kids triathlon. It's going to be Saturday, July 8th at Walla Walla Point Park. They did this last year just to see, they threw the spaghetti up against the wall to see if it stuck, and it stuck. It went well. They're going to do it again. Great time to get the kids out and about and keep them in shape and make sure their bodies don't get all soft and goofy over the summertime. Get your kids signed up for the kids triathlon. All the proceeds benefit the Mission Ridge ski team. Lindsay and Roger will give you those details in the back half of the program, and we begin our tour with the Wenatchee Heights camera because, well, that's what we do. We'd like to be consistent around here. You can see the clouds hanging around. Nice day yesterday. We hit 88. The warm spot in our viewing area was Omak. Omak got to 92 yesterday. We'll be right around 88 or so today and tomorrow. We really get cooking on Thursday. There's a nice view from our Wenatchee Heights camera. It's zoomed out fairly good. Also a little windy today too, I might add. Let's check in with Lake Chelan. It looks something like that from far, far away. That's on top of McNeil Canyon. I think you're familiar with that camera by now. A few clouds up in the Chelan area. Folks in Chelan, you have a better chance of getting some afternoon thunderstorms today than we do. We have a slide we're going to show for you, let you break down the percentages on who may get what today. Basically to the north of us and to the west of us is a better chance of a thunderstorm. Let's check out Lake Wenatchee and let's take a look at that stunning view from high atop Nantipoc Ridge. Wonder how the skeeters are. They're probably gone by now. I don't know. I haven't been up to Lake Wenatchee yet. It's notorious for getting a lot of skeeters. Lake Wenatchee, not so bad. Fish Lake usually gets quite a bit of mosquitoes out there, but it doesn't look too bad. Beautiful view of the entire lake and Dirty Face Mountain jumping out at you. And Cougar Ridge. Let's visit the roundabout, shall we? Almost done. They're getting there. Working hard. Our first two-lane roundabout here in the Wenatchee Valley is almost done. That's Cougar Ridge. You can see the Otobashan Bridge, the Stimilk Complex, a good chunk of Sunny Slope, Olney Gardens, and the Old Station Industrial Area. Good morning to the north part of town, and a little bit of snow up in the enchantments from high atop Cougar Ridge. Chance of thunderstorms today. They broke it down. They did, the National Weather Service. We appreciate that. If you want to avoid them altogether, head out in the basin. But there's your percentage, the possibility or probability, if you were, of thunderstorms today. Wenatchee has about a 16% chance of seeing a pop-up thunderstorm. But as you can see, if you go to the north, Winthrop in the Methow Valley, you got about a 50-50 chance of getting a thunderstorm. Omak, chance of thunderstorm, 22%. 21% probability of a thunderstorm in the Chelan area. So most of it not really in our area, but you can't rule it out. And of course, if there is a thunderstorm that pops up, watch for heavy rain and hail, and of course those winds could pick up in intensity too. So still some scattered showers and thunderstorms is a possibility today. Could be like yesterday. It sure looked like it was going to happen, and it never really happened. From the National Weather Service. Here we go. 86 today, 88 yesterday. It's a little, what is it, 66 now, but we also have a few more clouds today. That looks about right. Again, slight chance of an afternoon thunderstorm. It'll be late in the afternoon if it happens at all. Pretty mild for the overnight low tonight, 65, which is where we're at now. A little breezy this afternoon, a little breezy tonight. Of course, unless there's a thunderstorm, I think it's really windy. Wednesday, we start the buildup. We'll be 88 or so, close to 90. Thursday, we start talking hot temperatures. High pressure will develop overnight Wednesday into Thursday, and that's going to be commonplace right through the holiday weekend. It's going to be sunny and hot Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Independence Day, Tuesday. This high pressure ridge is going to sit up shop, and it's not going to go anywhere for quite some time. So we have to get through today for the most part to avoid those thunderstorms, and then we're pretty much good to go for typical summertime weather for north central Washington. 6 minutes after the hour, go grab a cup of coffee and come right back and join me. We'll have your headlines. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
It's the 44th annual Manson 4th of July fireworks show over Manson Bay on Lake Chelan, one of the largest fireworks displays in the Northwest. Join the fun all day long. Visit Manson wineries, breweries, cideries, and restaurants. Dance by the lake with the Lake Boys starting at 7 until the fireworks blast off at 10:15. 4th of July fireworks over Lake Chelan, brought to you by Antonio's Landscaping and Rock Walls and the Manson Chamber of Commerce.
It's barbecue chicken pizza season. That means break out the patio furniture, dust off those jorts, pick up an Abby's Pizza, and head to your favorite outdoor spot. I mean, hey, the great outdoors isn't going to enjoy itself, right? Blue skies and pizza go together like, well, barbecue chicken and pizza. That's why it's time to enjoy an Abby's original barbecue chicken pizza at a very special price. Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
So, how's Evan?
Well, he's all grown up now, but I worry about him.
So many dangers in the world. COVID, the environment, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, I hear opioid misuse is on the rise.
I don't even know how to start a conversation with him.
This might help. GetTheFactsRx.com. There's a whole section on how to talk about opioids with your family.
Offer support, not judgment. Cool.
Talk to your family about the dangers of opioids. Visit GetTheFactsRx.com.
About half clouds, half sun, 66 degrees, upper 80s today. Slight chance of a late afternoon thunderstorm. Also a little windy if those thunderstorms develop. The chance of thunderstorms goes down on Wednesday, and then we start heating up come Thursday. 8 minutes after the hour, a state audit finds that the task force that investigates police-involved shootings in and around the Columbia Basin failed to comply with state rules when probing 2 such cases, including one fatal shooting by a Moses Lake police officer. According to the audit, the Central Basin Investigation Team violated 9 procedural requirements while examining the fatal shooting of Jose Rivera. He was 22 years old. He was killed by Moses Lake officer Nick Stewart in February of 2020. Stewart was cleared of any wrongdoing, but along the way, the CBIT failed to properly restrict access to its investigative files. It included only 1 rather than the required 2 community members on its investigative committee, and they did not notify Rivera's family of significant developments in that case. The investigative team, which is currently assessing police-involved shootings in Chelan County and elsewhere, they say all the deficiencies have either been fixed or soon will be. Representative Kim Schreier is going to be in our area. She's going to be in Chelan, as a matter of fact. Later on today, she's going to be touring the new facility, the Lake Chelan Hospital. On her visit, she'll be joined by Representative Mike Steele, who previously served as the president of the Lake Chelan Wellness Foundation. The hospital opened in October of last year. It has about 52,000 square feet. It includes 12 patient rooms, 2 operating rooms, and lots of parking. Lake Chelan Hospital's CEO Aaron Edwards and the Chief Financial Officer Brant Truman will also join Schreier on her tour of the hospital. Back in April, we told you about a home on Walker Street in Wenatchee that was classified as a nuisance property by the city. Squatters had taken over the house and they let garbage and human waste pile up, and the day it was condemned, the house caught fire. Well, on Thursday, Code Compliance Officer Eric Mudgett told the City Council that Walker Street is now among the success stories in the fight to remedy problem homes.
416 Walker Avenue was one of the properties that we've had cases on for 2 years. And the guy that owned the home, he was on hospice care, and he had a lot of homeless people that were coming in and living with him, and they were chopping vehicles there, and it was constant work for us to try to keep that property clean. And it's right across the street from a park, so it was important. And we worked with the police, and we worked with our attorneys to clean up that property. And every time we got close, then there's a new owner. VA owns it, or it got repoed. The owner passed away, and then we got to start the whole thing over. And finally, on the left-hand side, that wet mark is where they're dumping their urine buckets out of the house. So I started looking, and there's no water, there's no power, there's no electricity. We're standing over there, just posted the house, and I see a plume of smoke, and the fire truck's running. Well, they started the house on fire after I posted it. So I was able to get up and go in and take some pictures. You can see the garbage and rubbish just in the driveway here. The picture on the right's the front yard. I called the police. They came over there and they did a search of the house to make sure no one was in it. And so after we got it posted and everything, I contacted a contractor that we work with all the time and said, this is an emergency. Can you come out and help me clean this up on a Friday morning? And they came out. But this is the backyard. This is inside the house in the right-hand picture. You can see that on the left picture where they started the fire there. They kind of burned into the house, and you can see in these pictures, this is kind of where the fire department busted up the walls and stuff to put out the fire. That's the lovely kitchen, and it was the house was full of feces, the yard was full of feces, and lots of garbage. And so I made them put on some Tyvek suits, some gloves, and some masks, and go in and clean this up. It took a day and a half to get it all cleaned up. I really appreciate everybody that helped us get this property cleaned up. People are using the park again. The whole street is just different with it all cleaned up. Here's some after pictures. We have 3 or 4 homes like this that we're working on right now that are constant cases for us. 731 Arando is one of those cases that I've already done an abatement case on them. And it was last November. And then, so you can see the junk cars and the vehicles. They've had motorhomes full of garbage there. Side yard, backyard. And I've been there 3 times doing, we're on our 3rd contempt order at this property. They re-violate about every 30 days. And it's a lot of garbage. 816 South Chelan Avenue, we've had 11 code violations there in 2 years. I've abated it once. I've had 3 contempt order abatements. 64 law enforcement calls for service from 2020 to 2023. He decided to call in and complain that I was harassing him. And so we're still working with him. We're going to meet with him on his property at some point in time. But you can see these cases that this isn't harassment. This is garbage and rubbish. Like crazy. When I was there cleaning the property the first time, someone was living in that little tin shed there on the right-hand side. A guy and a gal were living in there. The basement's basically been condemned. There's no electricity, it's full of water, but they keep having people live in there too.
If you're feeling a little patriotic and your American flag is a little worn out, well, Chelan County is going to give you a hand to help you retire America's symbol with honor. The Chelan County Administrative Office, there at 400 Douglas Street here in town, they have a deposit box, and that's where flags can be placed for formal retirement. The U.S. Flag Code asks that flags be disposed of in a dignified manner, preferably by burning. Flags left at the county office are turned over to the Wenatchee Veterans Hall for retirement ceremonies. You can also contact your local Boy Scouts of America troop or the VFW or the American Legion. You folks up in Chelan, take a look at the skies. They're back. The U.S. Open of Paragliding is going on this week. It's a competitive tournament, and they take off from the top of Chelan Butte. About 130 paragliders from 20 countries held their practice day on Saturday, preparing for a sequence of timed trials that began on Sunday. So you can expect to see flyers sailing from the peak of Chelan Butte throughout the week and landing at the Chelan Falls Park along the Columbia River. The annual event stretches through Saturday. Pretty cool indeed. And speaking of looking up to the skies, you folks out in the basin, here you go. The U.S. Air Force is celebrating 100 years of aerial refueling with flyovers across 50 states, including one this morning over Moses Lake. It was on June 27, 1923, that the first successful aerial refuel took place after gasoline was passed between two DH-4B aircrafts. The flyovers, dubbed Operation Centennial Contact, showcases the tankers demonstrating the Air Force's rapid global mobility. So you folks out in Moses Lake, the flyover will be at approximately 8:33 this morning. Flight times may be 15 minutes ahead or behind schedule, so I suppose if you see one plane refueling another plane, you can't miss it. And that's what's making news at 1:15, and we're going to have another busy day today, but thank goodness we got people who know what they're doing. And then there's me. Check out the news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 5, 6, and 10. The 10 o'clock news might be delayed by a minute or two since we have Apple Sox baseball tonight live at 6:35. And if that doesn't work, our newscast is on our Facebook page, our website, our YouTube page. So there you go. And if something out there demands our attention, get a hold of us so we know about it. Email us, call us, go to our Facebook page, drop us a note on the Messenger app. When we come back, sports, Mariners are back home, and boy, they're probably glad about that. They knock off the Nationals, and the Apple Sox go back to work with league play tonight after a couple of days off. Sports in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Are you caught in a conflict with a family member, in the workplace, or with a neighbor or business? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on topics like conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us at 509-888-0957 or www.wvdrc.org to learn more.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held June 24th, 2023. Pick your thrill from 4 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, the Lake Loop, or the Butte Blast.
All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club.
Cycle Chelan 2023, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
19 minutes after the hour in sports, the Mariners fell behind early, but that's why they play 9 innings. And they came back and beat Washington last night. The final was 8-4. The Nationals and Mariners traded home runs early, and then the Mariners came up with several 2-out RBI base hits to take control. Louis Castillo gets his 5th win of the year.
Base hits on the National League ledger, and that ball is hooking. Left field corner. See you later. Hello, Seattle.
Well, this is lofted to right field and gone! Leadoff home run, J.P. Crawford. We're all tied up.
Cambio wasn't curve or something like that. Oh, he gets out in front of that one. And see you later. Dominic Smith hits one a mile foul. Hits the fair one, probably not as far. And Dom finally gets his 3rd home run of the year.
Early thinking out, middle, away, hammering that ball left center field gap.
How about one up the middle? That's going to elude Crawford, speeding around 3rd. C.J. Abrams, and the Nats add to their lead. They have scored in every inning, 3-1 Washington.
Suarez leads things off in the bottom of the 4th. And Suarez leans into this by the foul pole. Gone, fair ball, home run. A Gino bomb leads off the bottom of the 4th.
He's so much better when he stays in the zone.
Ground ball into center field. Kelnick pedaling home. He's on his way to the dish and scores standing. Julio with 2 outs ties this game in the bottom of the 4th. He's 3 for 3. High lift to the warning track, into the corner, and the catch is made by Thomas. It's plenty good, though, to give the Mariners the lead. It's a deep sacrifice fly by Eugenio Suarez. Ford into center field. Kelnick motors home. Mike Ford tacks on to this Mariners lead, 5-3. Colton Wong, a high bolt out to center field, and this stays in the yard. How? Ford scores standing. Colton Wong nearly rode it out. Instead, it's a ribby double. 6-3 Mariners. No trailblazer. Into right field and dropping in for a base hit. Crawford comes around to score. France, an RBI base hit to right field. 7-3 Mariners. High lift out to center. Plenty deep for Julio. He can waltz home. Sac fly to Teoscar Hernandez. 8-3 Mariners.
Lane Thomas, and that's a fair ball into the left field corner. It sticks at the bottom of the padding there. It'll drive in a run. Smith stops at 3rd, and Lane Thomas gets another extra base hit.
The 1-2. Strike 3 called, if you say so, and the Mariners win it.
Apparently the home plate umpire had to go to the bathroom. I don't know. Manager Scott Servais was very happy with the situational hitting. The Mariners had 3 RBIs with 2 outs.
You know, the 2-out RBI, it's gut wrenching when it happens against you, and there's no better thing, no better uplifting feeling in the dugout when you're coming up with those 2-out RBIs. So great to see. We've had some games like that. We just talking about just keeping the line moving, but good situational bats. Even the nice RBI single by Julio. He's had that opportunity a lot of times this year, and it's been, maybe trying to do too much. And that at bat, he just stayed inside the ball, trying to hit the ball up the middle, and good things happen. So I'm excited about our situational hitting tonight, which has been a struggle for us all year. And guys know it, and they know in those spots, they got to relax, get a pitch you can do it with, and then execute. And we did that tonight.
Mariners Nationals again tonight, 6:40 on Root Sports Northwest. All right, to the scoreboard we go. Seattle climbs to within 8.5 games of the Rangers in the American League. Texas fell to Detroit 7-2. The Tigers' Andy Ibanez hit a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning, and that put Detroit up for good. Shohei Ohtani hit a home run that has not yet come down. Mike Trout scored the winning run at the bottom of the ninth in a wild pitch. The Angels, playing pretty good baseball, beat the White Sox 2-1. LA and Houston both sit 5 games behind Texas in the AL West standings. Apple Sox back to league play tonight at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. They're hosting the Port Angeles Lefties. 6:35 first pitch. We'll have it right here on the NCAA Life channel. I was able to grab Joel Norman at the ballpark yesterday to preview tonight's game. Of course, we're down to the last few games of the first half of the season. Once again, the Wenatchee Apple Sox continue their homestand tonight with a league game. Nice weekend. They took care of the Northwest Star Academy on Friday and Saturday, and now it's back to business. Joel, we've won 5 in a row. That's good. Yep. The team that we're chasing, Bellingham, has also won 5 in a row. What's it going to take to get a hold of these Bells?
Boy, you got to hope for them to lose a couple of games and the Apple Sox to really take care of business down the stretch here. 9 games to go in the second half, and fortunately for Wenatchee, all those are against teams with losing records, but 6 of those are on the road, so there will be some challenges down the stretch.
Coach Darlington talked about this last year. We made the playoffs by winning the second half of the division. They split it in halves. He really wants to win the first half division so he can take the foot off the gas a little bit, know that they punched a ticket to the playoffs.
Oh, no doubt about that. It makes your job a lot easier as a head coach. You don't have to worry about your starters a couple of nights along the way. Obviously, you want to win both halves, but to win the first half makes the second half a little bit more manageable. But as mentioned, this will be a tough Port Angeles team coming into town. Roberto Nunez leads the team. He's on a 19-game hitting streak entering action here tonight, Dan. So he's going to be really tough to try and get out of the course of this game.
Lefties have a losing record doesn't mean they're not a very good team. They are a very good team. Every team in this league can take you any night that they decide to bring their A game.
Oh, no doubt about that. They just got swept by Kelowna, but before that, they'd won 5 of 6. So every team hits its rough patches, and frankly, before this past weekend, Port Angeles was playing really well. We expect them to reset and be a good team here tonight.
Bring your thirst to the ballpark, too, because it is Tuesday, and you know what that means.
$2 off Tuesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tickets are $2 off, discounts on adult beverages, other concession items on our third base side, and boy, really good way to start the series and open up a really good week of baseball coming up.
As you know by now, we'll be televising tonight's game. We'll take to the air at 6:30. First pitch at 6:35. We'd love it if you watched it on television, but who's kidding who? You want to be at the ballpark. Thanks, Joel.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, Eric and Brandon Schmidt with the call right here tonight on the NCW Life channel. Not a lot going on in the West Coast League yesterday. Usually isn't on a Monday. Tyler Quinn belted a 2-run home run in an 8-run first inning for Corvallis. The Knights hung on to beat Kamloops 13-11. Quinn finished the night with 5 RBIs. Victoria blew open a 1-run game with a 6-run 8th inning to beat Kelowna 11-4. Tyler Davis 3 for 4 with 3 runs for the Harbor Cats, while Dallas Macias drove in 3 runs. Your standings: Bellingham leads the North, as we just talked about. They're 15-3. Wenatchee's a game back at 14-4. These are league. Of course, non-league games don't count in the standings. Victoria lurks in third, 15-7, 2 games out. Kelowna is 5.5 back as the first half of the season begins to wind down. In the South, Ridgefield has a 2-game lead in the West Coast League South Division. The Raptors have won 10 in a row. Corvallis 2 games back at 11-7, and the Pickles sit 2.5 games back. And those were just some of the games that people are playing on this Tuesday, the 27th day of June. For the obscure holiday, I could have chosen National Ice Cream Day. Well, maybe I should. No, it's National Ice Cream Cake Day, which is even better. It's National Sunglasses Day. It's National Orange Blossom Day. I'm working. But today we celebrate the humble yet good for you onion. It's National Onion Day today. The cultivation of onions, they think, goes back to Asia about 5,500 years ago. So we've been doing that quite a bit. And they caught on real quick. It's good for you, great medicinal value. And of course, onions last a long time. When you need to store vegetables in the wintertime to eat in the wintertime, onions are the way to go. They're very good for you, full of complex sugars, keeps your metabolism healthy, vitamins, minerals, dietary fiber, beta-carotene, folate. Everybody likes a good bunch of folate. Yeah, it has no fat. Not surprisingly, the yellow onion is by far the most popular onion in the world. 75% of all the onions consumed are yellow onions. Then you have the green onions and the other ones, sweet onions, that kind of deal. Early settlers in North America in the 16th and 17th and 18th century, when they hopped on the big boat and came over, they brought onions with them because they wasn't sure they had onions in North America. Turns out they did. Natives have been growing onions for quite some time. Happy National Onion Day. I usually consume a couple a week. In my sauce or in my chili. It's 29 minutes after the hour. Today in history, 2 days after North Korea invaded South Korea. Well, can't let them do that. Can't just let North Korea just run over South Korea, we're in. The United States decides to send troops to fight, and the forgotten war, as it sometimes is known, begins for us, the United States. Of course, it was a UN force that was there. There's like 20 countries representing the United Nations, but who's kidding who? About 90% of all the troops who fought in the Korean War on the UN side were Americans. The final tally, by the way, the war lasted 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. They're still technically at war. They never signed. They signed a truce, not an armistice. So North Korea and South Korea are still technically at war. It's just a long truce. It's been going on for 70 years. 36,574 Americans died in the Korean War. 450,752 were wounded. 7,926 American soldiers went to Korea and were never heard from again, MIA. We're in the Korean War. Forced our hand 73 years ago today. Route 66, Chicago to Santa Monica, shut down, decommissioned. On this date in 1985, 38 years ago, a victim of the interstate highway system, 2,448 miles from Chicago to the Santa Monica Pier. And that was how people got from Chicago to Southern California, mostly, of course, during the 1930s and then the Great Migration afterwards, after the war in the 1940s and 50s. And a lot of businesses did a lot of good business taking care of people as they traveled just that 2-lane little highway, Route 66. Inspired a pretty cool song by Bobby Troop. Route 66 officially decommissioned. You can still drive on parts of it. Some of it is gone altogether. They took it out of business 38 years ago today. And in front of 56,530 fans, the Mariners bid adieu to the Kingdome, June 27th, 1999, 24 years ago today. Who hit the final home run in the Kingdome? I'll let you see.
But in a major league game, that was special. Here's the pitch on the way to Junior, swinging a drive deep to right field, down the line. There it goes. Goodbye, baseball. He did it. Holy smoke, Ken Griffey Jr. with a 3-run homer. Mariners take the lead, 3-2 over the Rangers, number 377 for Junior. And there go the flashbulbs. His 27th home run of the season electrifies the crowd, a sellout crowd. His final game of the Kingdome, and Junior comes through. Holy smoke, that is baseball theater, folks. Baseball theater.
Wilson, the native of suburban Chicago. Mesa, a native of the Dominican Republic. The closing battery here at the Kingdome trying to end it. Now the stretch. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Rusty Greer from Jose Mesa. Swing and a fly ball hit into left center field, and moving over is Hunter on the run. He's got it, and an era is over. The Mariners win it in unbelievable fashion, 5-2. My, oh my! This place exploding, 56,530 with flash bulbs going off. You would think the Mariners had just won the World Series. They haven't, but it's the best thing until it comes along.
Mariners played 1,765 games at the Kingdome, and they said goodbye to the old gray lady on this date in 1999. They went on a long road trip, and then the All-Star break. Then they had another road trip before they finally played their first game at what is now T-Mobile Park on July 15th. So it took a little while to move in. It happens. We've all moved. 33 minutes after the hour, a heavenly birthday, Helen Keller. Most people think that Helen Keller was born deaf and blind. She was not. She was about a year and a half old. She was about 18, 19 months old when something happened. They still don't know to this day. They think it might have been meningitis, might have been scarlet fever, but she was born with both sight and hearing, but she lost them when she became quite ill, and she ended up, of course, being both deaf and blind. Didn't stop her. Helen Keller, an American legend born in the state in 1880, died in 1968 at the age of 87. You want to guarantee yourself a Hollywood blockbuster? Hire this guy. For one thing, he does it all. He's a screenwriter, he's a producer, he's a director. And he's been on about a 25-year winning streak. Armageddon, Star Trek, a couple of Star Wars movies. Of course, he did Lost, the TV show, Mission Impossible franchise. J.J. Abrams is 57 years old today. Speaking of, there's no guarantee in Hollywood, but this guy does pretty good too. Tobey Maguire, he's 48. Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 4, Spider-Man 9, Cider House Rules, Wonder Boy, Seabiscuit. Happy birthday, Toby. 34 minutes after the hour. Going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. And then it's time to get your kids signed up for the second annual Mission Ridge Ski Team Kids Triathlon. It takes place at Walla Walla Point Park on Saturday, July 8th. Don't take my word for it. Lindsay and Roger will tell you all about it when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? Open up a world of possibilities when you sell your home and make those dreams real. At ColdwellBanker.com, you can get an instant estimate on your home, compare cost of living city by city, and learn more about our revolutionary seller's assurance program. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams. At ColdwellBanker.com.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Water is essential to living. From clean drinking water for good health to clean water for your pool or spa. Central Washington Water, your water experts. With whole home water filtration systems for your home's best water. Products and supplies to keep your pool and spa water crystal clear. To a full parts department. Count on Central Washington Water for expert help. Shop screen to screen. Come in or call about a backyard consultation. Central Washington Water, your water care professionals.
Hi everybody, Dan Kuntz alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. My heat pump there's like steam coming out of it. It's making weird noises. Is this something I need to be concerned about?
No, Dan, that's normal operation. Refrigeration technology steals heat from the outside, transfers it to the inside, and it creates frost on your heat pump. The defrost cycle melts that off, which creates steam and a little bit of noise.
That makes sense. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
You are ready to earn your BSN degree, and we know you need a special place to take the next step in your career. You are an engaged learner who needs modern labs and equipment, hands-on support, and small class sizes. You're a busy adventurer who needs trees, mountains, rivers, and trails. As a learner, as a future RN, as an adventurer, find it in the BSN program at Wenatchee Valley College.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I recently read a book about serious issues of domestic violence in our society. And now this is an issue close to me. I've been dealing with domestic abuse issues as a cop and as a therapist for most of my adult life. And at one point, the author of this book stated that Republicans didn't care about abused women because they didn't vote for some funding for domestic abuse victims programs. No, whoa, wait a minute. Now, isn't it possible that the politicians who didn't vote for these programs simply didn't believe that federal funds should be spent in that manner, not because they hated women? To make a derogatory conclusion about any politician because they don't feel that money should be spent on what you think money should be spent on is part of the divisive logic that's detrimental to mature problem thinking. Now, I have worked to stop domestic violence against women for decades, and I don't think all proposed programs in this area should be paid for by the feds. What does that make me, a woman hater? Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
V-Motion e-Bikes is rolling out its new line of Aventon e-bikes. Come in today and save $300 on the top-selling Aventon Adventure. V-Motion is Central Washington's home for affordable e-bikes, located in the Mills Brothers building in downtown Wenatchee.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
Are you hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
It's Click It RV's lowest price guarantee sale going on now at your neighborhood Click It RV.
Be a winner like me and get the Click It RV.
With 0 down and no payments till September, now is the time to own your dream RV.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you going to be mad, bro?
Get never before deep discounts on trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and motorhomes. Plus the best selection, highest trade-in values ever, and a lifetime warranty. Nobody beats the discounts at Click It RV.
I'm Richard Sherman, and we guarantee it.
On Frontage Road.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Welcome back to the program. Anytime you put a first annual, there's that, do we put annual behind first? They did it last year, the Mission Ridge ski team, to put on the very first youth triathlon. By golly, there's a second annual. Must have worked out pretty good. It all takes place right here at Walla Walla Point Park on Saturday, July 8th. Lindsay and Roger, introduce yourself to our television family.
I'm Lindsay Davison. I'm the team admin and U12 head coach.
Hi, Roger Taggart, program director, and I guess head coach.
Head coach. So you handle the kids who are 12 and younger.
Yes.
So probably the ones who are just learning how to not fall down. And you do the more advanced work?
The older kids, and we have a great staff.
Yeah.
So.
And a great team. You guys had a really good year this year. Talk about that.
You know, we had a fantastic year, and really it culminated. We sent 10 kids to their respective age group championships, which is U14, U16, and U18. So super proud of that. We did well at Buddy Warner's, which is the U12 and unders. So yeah, I mean, fantastic snow, as everybody knows up there, lots of it this year. So that was super awesome.
And how did the U12s do? You had a good year too?
They did. We had a record number of ski stars, which are the little tiny guys coming out. So that was really fun. And then our kids did well at their championship event.
As a coach, what's it like for the first time when a kid makes it all the way down the mountain and doesn't fall down and says, okay, this is fun. I want to get back on that damn ski lift. What's that like?
It's pretty exciting because you can see it click and the light come on and they just start to love it.
Right, and then mom and dad shows up to pick them up and they go, I'm not leaving.
Yeah. They want to go for a run with their parents and show them what they learned.
And it is a family sport, isn't it? Skiing
is. Lifelong family sport.
And, well, yeah, absolutely. People ski until they can't ski anymore, and then they still ski even after that. Obviously, last year's triathlon, the first time we wanted to raise funds for the Mission Ridge ski team. You know, they travel, they need to have a kiddie to help offset the costs, and it went well. So,
it did go well.
Here we are again.
Yeah, lots of positive feedback, people excited to come back, so we're excited.
The genesis of this idea, the triathlon for last year, hey, let's do this to raise money. So people, first of all, they think about you in the middle of July,
right?
Even when there's no snow, but that still plants the seed, right, Roger?
Well, it does, and I guess the birth of it is we're really trying to be more of a community organization and give back to the community that's so generous to help us out. And I had seen it done in Hood River, a huge event down there, super popular. And so we thought, well, let's give it a try. There isn't something here that we're competing with that's the same thing, and try to get not necessarily snow sports athletes, but kids active and involved in something to work for in the summer.
But a lot of the members of the Mission Ridge ski team did the triathlon last year, didn't they? Didn't you have some kids show up that you would normally see between November and April?
We had some, yeah, but then also a lot of community members. So,
now this doesn't happen unless you have something like this, Walla Walla Point Park, because you need, you can bike and run anywhere,
right?
Except me. If anybody sees me running, that means someone's chasing me. But you also need a swimming area.
Yes.
So this is like perfect. This is like the dream come true, isn't it?
It is, yes, and the PUD is great to work with, very helpful, and
same format as last year, 3 divisions depending on the age, and that is also depending on how far you swim and run and bike. So walk us through that, Lindsay.
So we'll start down here in the lagoon, and every athlete will be able to touch if they want to not be all the way swimming. So that's one of the biggest questions we get is, can they touch? So yes, they can. And then they go out and back on their bikes and transition here and out and back running. Yeah.
And the little kids do a little bit of swimming, a little bit of biking, a little bit of running. The medium age kids, a little bit more, and then for the more advanced kids, it's a longer swim, longer bike, longer run, right?
Yep, yes. Absolutely. Yeah. You can tell everybody that the water this year will be heated. Last year it was cold, so we have heaters out there.
Heated by what? Are you gonna pee in the lagoon, Ryder? How's that gonna work?
No. Big space heaters out there. Waterproof space heaters.
By the way, I love your logo this year with the dinosaurs. That's pretty cool.
Yes, Print Made up in Twist did that for us. It's fantastic. They provided that complimentary. They also do our T-shirts, and we're thrilled with their design.
And I had no idea that a T-Rex actually wore tennis shoes.
I didn't know they could swim like that either.
The juniors are 6 to 8, then the intermediates we talked about 9, 10, 11, and then 12, 13, 14. Those are your 3 deal, and it's limited to how many kids in each division?
100 per division.
So, and you had a pretty good turnout last year, right?
We did, yes, and we're already almost up to that same number this year. There is still time to sign up, and we'd love to have additional kids join us. But
you got to sign up in advance. You can't just show up and say I'm in.
Correct.
There's a reason for that, right?
Well, absolutely. You know, we have to organize. Kids get numbers. They get just the whole package, right? They got to know what's going on before just walking up to sign up.
How many people help put this thing on? I mean, you got to have a bunch of volunteers, or this thing doesn't happen, right?
We do. What did we have last year? About 25 people helped us?
Yeah, because we have turnaround stations and registration and timing, and
Do you still need volunteers? I suppose you can never not have enough, right?
We do, and there's a link to sign up. I've got it online in a couple of places.
So some things are the same, but some things are new this year, Lindsay. You have a little list of some of the stuff that's going to be going on this year that didn't happen last year.
Yes, we have vendors coming. La Vienne will be here with coffee and pastries, and Dooley Dogs with hot dogs, and then Let's Color Art will be here doing face painting. We're excited about that addition.
How many people, it was a little on the warm side, but it was still a pretty nice day last year when you had it. How many people were showing up here and going, what the hell's going on down there? And went and checked it out and said, hey, this might be cool for next year. You probably had a few.
We did, and we tried to have signage out so that people could see and learn about it. But yeah, a lot of people were walking, doing their normal Saturday morning thing, and we're excited about it. Yeah.
But of course, when the kids are out running or on their bikes on the trail, they're wearing a number, so people go, okay, there's some sort of competition going on.
Yes.
And they probably give them a little bit of a little leeway, right?
A little cheer and hop out of the way, yeah.
Yeah, what you're supposed to do. What else do folks need to know about this? How do they get signed up? And now the deadline is July 6th, so you don't have a lot of time. As Lindsay said, a couple of the divisions are already filling up pretty quick.
You can go to our website, which is mrst.us, or we have a Facebook event created on our Facebook page, which is just Mission Ridge Ski Team, so all the information's there. Or you can email me at ysl@mrst.us.
Is 100 a nice number? Because if you fill up all divisions, that's 300 kids. Is that right at about what you can handle?
Yes. Yes.
That would be a big event. Yeah, that would be cool. If we got that many, that would be fantastic.
Have you thought about if you get a full field and maybe make it a little bit bigger? And add like a fourth event besides the running, the swimming, and the biking?
Well, what would that be? That would be a quadathlon.
Right.
That might be too much.
You could add like a driving leg.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah. You know, you drive from here to Malaga and back.
We'll have go-karts for the 6 and up kids, right? That would be good.
You don't have to be an athlete to do this, right? You just want to. This is a fun thing.
It is a very fun thing.
Yeah.
And the kids that were nervous about it last year came out and said, "Oh, that was so fun."
And everybody wants to win a trophy.
Yes. Yes,
that's pretty
fun.
cool.
Yes.
But everybody gets a T-shirt. You participate, you get a shirt, right?
Get a shirt, yep. And Hageland's Trophy is providing medals, donating medals for our top 3 of each age group, each gender. So thank you to them.
And how much does it cost?
$45.
That's a pretty good deal.
It is.
That's a pretty good deal. And the money goes into the Mission Ridge ski team. And then you guys do what with that money exactly? Roger will be answering.
It goes to support the athletes. Everything we do goes back in and supports the athletes. Now, whether that's with help with tuition funding or, I mean, it just basically everything that we do. We're a nonprofit 501c3, so everything goes back into supporting the kids that let us do what we do.
And skiing can be an expensive hobby, an expensive sport. And once the kids get into it, they want their own gear too, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's like golfers. I don't want to rent a club. I want my own clubs.
Right.
That kind of deal.
So
how do you recruit for the Mission Ridge ski team? When the ski season opens and you see kids out there and you don't recognize them, and you just go out and say, "Hey, I'm Roger. What do you want to come join us?"
You know, honestly, it's so much of what we do is word of mouth. And like we mentioned earlier, skiing's a family sport. So a lot of times parents grew up ski racing, so then their kids ski race, and then their kids ski race. And it's a multi-generational thing, as well as, you know, maybe your buddy at school is a skier and you're on the ski team and you say, "Hey, come on out and join us." And then the ski school up there does a great job too. If they have some kids that they think could benefit from our program, they'll push them our way and away we go.
Does the Mission Ridge ski team goes back to when Mission Ridge opened, right? In like 66, 67, right around there?
1967.
So it's been going as long as the Mission Ridge has been open. Do the other ski resorts have ski teams as well, or is that unique?
Nope, absolutely. Yep, everybody does. Stevens Pass, White Pass, Mount Bachelor, you know, Schweitzer, they all have ski teams. Most are clubs like we are, independent of the mountain, but we use the mountain's name in our name.
And the folks at Mission Ridge are great to work with, too.
Fantastic. Yeah, we are so lucky in the support that they give us.
And having the name Mission Ridge ski team is much better than the Lindsay and Roger ski team. That's kind of like...
Right? Yeah, who's that?
Yeah, who's that?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah, well, and it's the legacy, right? So like you mentioned, they've been around since 1967, and we'll be a small part of that legacy because they'll probably be around till 37 anyway.
Do you have scholarship programs for... We're almost out of time, but real quickly, hey... Little Johnny seems to be taking to skiing. He's 7 years old, and I think he wants to join the team. But we can't afford that stuff. It's expensive. Is there something that helps him offset that?
We do. We do have a scholarship program, and we're really lucky because there's some fantastic folks out there that donate to that. It's a pretty solid fund, and we use it kind of in 3 ways. One is to help with tuition. Another way is to help with projects. So if an athlete gets selected to an elite project that might be a little bit outside their reach, we can help them go to that for furthering their development. And then their third part is for camps, and they can go to camps.
Sponsors. You got sponsors. You better thank them.
Yes. Our event sponsor is Artisan Flooring. We're very excited. Thankful to Jason and Jenny Black.
They do good work, by the way.
Yes,
yes, they do very good work. Yes,
they do. Yes.
Yeah.
Salcedo Connection and Children's Dentistry Northwest, Crake Law, Clark Construction, the Rack. They're here providing all of the lifeguards, and those gals are wonderful. They're out there in the water with the kids. Great presence and super kind. Maryland Week Orthodontics, SCJ Alliance, Performance Footwear, Ovanel Chiropractic, Zevo Optics. They give us great prizes, Weinstein Beverage, and Hageland's Trophies.
What does a couple of ski bums do between May and November? I mean, I'm a golfer. You know, between November and March, I'm pretty depressed. What do you guys do when there's no snow in the mountains?
It never ends, right? I mean, we do this. We work on other fundraising opportunities. We're working with the kids, especially the older kids, in terms of time in the gym. We do summer camps down at Mount Hood.
Because Mount Hood doesn't close, do they?
Right, right. One of our coaches is in New Zealand, so we're looking at that as an opportunity down the road. And then before you know it, we're into fall, into our auction, and planning for the winter.
Well, here's an idea for the third annual triathlon, which would be, of course, next year. What you do is instead of charging $45, you charge $4,500 per kid. You can fly down to New Zealand with money left over.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There we go. Maybe we take them down there and do the triathlon with them down there.
There you go. I hope you have a third annual.
Thank you.
I really do. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day to doing this.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you.
Yeah, anytime. Don't forget, deadline, though, is July 6th. Don't procrastinate, because it sounds like you're going to have a full field.
We hope so.
And I hope you do. Nice seeing you.
Good to see you, too. Thank you.
You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Whether you're just dipping your feet or plunging right in, boating with a Sylvan pontoon boat is the way to go at Bob File Boats and Motors. Sylvan pontoon boats offer performance, reliability, and stability to take you, your family, and friends to the water in style. Sylvan pontoon boats have a wide variety of styles and layouts to suit your needs. See the full line of Sylvan pontoon boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Summertime, summertime, summertime at Collins Fashions. Sundresses, tees, capris, skirts, shorts, tennis shoes, sandals, etc., etc. Special occasion dresses have arrived, and special orders are welcome at Collins. Gorgeous new designs from Brighton in handbags, jewelry, and sandals. French candy jewelry is gorgeous, and you can design your own pieces with medallions, pearls, gold, silver, Austrian crystals. Spectacular service just for you at Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino has the best Vegas-style games in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy yourself and discover the nightly action. Win big and meet new friends at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino.
All right, back out of here, 68 degrees. Relative humidity is up there a little bit. It's usually at its highest about now anyway, but it's at 56%. That's pretty humid, I guess the best way to put it, for the Wenatchee Valley. And that humidity means we could see a late afternoon pop-up thunderstorm. I'm going to give you the forecast details one more time, but first we have a minute or two, so let's fire up them cameras again. We don't actually turn them off. To jump off ridge we go. High above the Stemilt Basin. Hello, Stemilt. How are you? Good morning to Malaga. Big chunk of East Wenatchee. Can't quite make out Rock Island. Rock Island has Rock Fest this Saturday. We'll be talking about that later on this week. And way off in the distance, the Wenatchee Valley. I don't know what, Uriah is in charge of the cameras, and so he switched them up on me. That's cool. I can handle that. That looks to be Smalls. Well, it's the Columbia River you're looking at. Anyway, that much I know. And to your left there is a pole with transmission lines on it. I am so good at this job. Camera 3. Ah, that's gorgeous. Got to be the monitor camera. I recognize that thing immediately. Hello. Look at all the, I'm guessing we got cherries down there, apples, peaches, pears. Cal Fitzsimmons loves pears. I'm sure he's looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to pluots as soon as they start coming off the trees. And look at all the fruit just sit there and grow. And also cashmere off the distance as well. And the enchantments. And where are we off to next? Omi Gardens. Oh me, oh my. It's Omi Gardens. Don't look they have too many spill gates open at Rocky Reach Dam. And you can see we have a few more high clouds this morning than we had yesterday. And we say hello also to the Baker Flats Industrial Park. Is that it? Do we have one more camera? That's it. Cool. Well, now let's get to the business at hand. First of all, where do you live and the probability of thunderstorms today? Well, as you can see, the farther north you go, the better chance you are of getting a thunderstorm. Chelan, about a 21% probability of an afternoon thunderstorm. Omak at 22%. The bullseye is really going to be in the Medhow Valley. Winthrop, Twisp, Mazama, you got about a 50% chance of an afternoon thunderstorm. Here in Wenatchee, only about a 16% chance of a pop-up thunderstorm. If, of course, it happens, be forewarned, because that means, of course, you can see lightning and heavy rain and hail and strong winds. They come and they go, and they're also very hard to predict. So, you know, just keep an eye on the sky. It looked a couple of times yesterday that we were going to get one. They certainly were looking ominous. Some of the clouds were pretty thick and pretty heavy yesterday afternoon, but they kind of just didn't happen. Hopefully we'll dodge that bullet again today because we got baseball tonight. From the National Weather Service, your forecast. After a high of 88 on Monday, maybe a degree or so cooler today. We're going to have a few more clouds, and so it's going to filter that sunshine out a little bit. And again, in the afternoon, we could see a thunderstorm and a high of 86. And don't forget, if the thunderstorm does pop up, wind could be an issue as well. Starting on Wednesday, high pressure is going to start to build up. Our chance of a thunderstorm goes down to very little at all, and we'll be close to 90, and then we just get hot. By the time we get to Thursday afternoon, that high pressure ridge will be well entrenched, and that means it's going to be sunny and hot and dry Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and our nation's birthday on Tuesday. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
We're at the Vent Haven Ventriloquist Convention.
Just look who's talking.
You're talking to me.
Are you doing fine?
Yes, I'm doing fine.
The annual event that's all about finding one's voice.
And
all of a sudden, America's Got Talent, kaboom, and I've become one of the top headliners in Vegas.
We're spending a little time with the voice of entertainment, Terry Fager.
What?